Hey everybody, how we doing today? This is Brian with Class A Life. Today I have for you an RV fix video. So I went to go start my RV this morning to go pump out and go get some propane and stuff, and I ran across a little problem. I go to turn on my main system for my RV and it wouldn't go on. My disconnect here, I'll show you. Here, I'm gonna flip you around here. So here's my my disconnects. My auxiliary disconnect for my house. Oh, sorry. And come on, my main disconnect for my battery. So I go to hit this one, and it would click, but then it would click back off again. But this one, oh, there it goes. Come on, focus. So this one was working good, but this one, I couldn't get this one to work. My main disconnect. Come on, autofocus. There we go. So I got a buddy over here and we troubleshooted a little bit, and here's where we come up with. So there's some wires here. Come on. A blue one and a black one. Or a blue one and a green one? I'm not sure. And right here, there's a green one and a black one, right? Right here, black and green. And then, or black and blue. And then black and green. So we did some troubleshooting and we were trying to figure out what it was. And here's what we come up with. So what we did is we came out to the engine bay and we were checking some stuff, and then we come over here. So you notice this black and white wire and this blue and green wire are the same ones that come from the battery. These things are the battery disconnect wires, right? So this one is for the auxiliary disconnect, and this one is for the main disconnect. So I couldn't start the RV. Everything was just dead on the starter side. So what he did was he disconnected these and these, and he switched them around. And then I went in and hit the disconnect, and it connected up. So then we put them back, and now I can go in and fire the RV up, and it'll start every time, as long as I don't hit that disconnect switch on the main side, on the chassis side. If I hit it and turn it disconnected again, well, then I have to come back here, take these off, and switch them around, and put them onto here on the auxiliary side, because the auxiliary side switch works, right? So then I go in and hit the auxiliary, and then it will kick it on, put these back, and as long as I don't turn it off, it will stay on. So now I can go back in and fire up the RV, and it will start right back up. But if I hit that switch, well, then I gotta do these all again, right? So today is Sunday here, so there's nothing I can do today. So tomorrow I have to go get another switch. for the main side, and that's how we deduced that that it was the switch and not the relay, right? Because if we had have taken these off and switched them and it still didn't work, well, then that would have meant that that was the relay. So instead of having to take all those wires off in the house, you can just switch them over here, right? These ones over to this one, these ones over to this one. In fact, we didn't even hook these ones up. We just took these ones off. No, I did. I took these ones and put them over here, right? Hit the disconnect switch and it switched over, right? Put them back over here. And now as long as I don't hit that disconnect, my starter battery works, right? So that saves you from having to do this. So for those people that think that in order to check these, right, that you would have to take apart all this and switch them over to this one, you don't have to. All you got to do is switch those two wires over on the relays, right? So now we know that this one is good and this one is pooched. I don't want to hit it because otherwise I'll have to go out and switch those wires around, and right now it starts. Right now I can go up and fire this thing up. So I'm just going to leave this disconnected, or leave this off, this panel, and then tomorrow I'll go get another one of these switches if I can find one. And then switch it out, and we should be good to go. So, but it took a little bit of deducing to figure out that was the deal. Like those were the wires that we needed to mess with. So yeah, this RV stuff, man. Unless you know, it's it can be a little bit precarious. So for those of you, if you ever have a switch problem with your master switch, with your cutoffs, you don't have to mess with them there. Just go out to the relays, switch those wires on the relays, and then hit your disconnects. And if it works, well, then it's not your relay, it's the switch, right? If it didn't work, well, that would mean it was the relay, right? Yeah, I don't know. It's all foreign to me, man. I'm not an electrician, but so that's how we figured it out. So yeah, that's that. So I'm still here at Shelter Island. I'm looking after my friend's cat while he's in the hospital. Yeah, it's not looking good for him. I think we're gonna have to try and find that kitten a home, because I don't think he's coming back home, which is unfortunate. So, and he's an old Polish guy, and he's trying to fight as hard as he can, but at some point, when do you call it? Because right now his quality of life is minimal and going downhill fast. And it's not going to get any better. So We'll end up getting him into a hospice. Um, and he will, you know, go on there, but I don't think it's too much longer. I don't know if you guys in the States, if you guys have MAID down there. I think it's called Medical Assistance in Dying. That's what Lori did. She just got to the point where she just couldn't take the pain anymore, and you know, her outcome, when she made the decision, the doctor said that she had like 6 to 8 weeks to live, and so she just said, well, I don't want to suffer for the next 6 to 8 weeks until I die naturally. So I'm gonna do the MAID, which is Medical Assistance in Dying. So I have a feeling that this is what my friend is going to do too at some point. You know, because how much should you endure, you know, before it just becomes too much? You know, if your quality of life isn't there, what's the point? You know, if there was a chance that it could turn around and he could get better, well, then maybe, you know, but if there's no chance in that happening, it's best to just, you know, put you out of your misery, and at least you're not suffering anymore. And that's the thing with Lori, is that she's, you know, she wasn't suffering anymore, and I think that's what's going to happen with my friend too. So yeah, so I'm still at the marina, and I'm trying to find a home for his kitten, and we'll see how that goes. Unfortunately, there's lots of cats here. I'm trying hard not to take it to the SPCA, because if that happens, the chances of him being put down are pretty high. So we'll just hope for the best. So yeah. So this one's kind of a short one this week. I was gonna go and pump out my tanks and go refill with propane and water, but I think I might wait for a day or two to do that until I get the switch, because then I know that you know, I'm not going to break down in the middle of nowhere, or in the middle of the highway somewhere with no recourse other than to spend hundreds of dollars on a tow truck needlessly. So maybe I'll just wait and go get the switch tomorrow, and then that way I know that it will all be good. And as much as I would rather do it on a Sunday because the traffic is way less, yeah, I don't know. It's a tough call, man. But all right, guys. Well, I'm gonna leave this one here. I appreciate you watching, and you guys have a good week. And if you want to subscribe, I'd appreciate it. I'm now up to 111 subscribers. I appreciate you guys, all 111 of you. If you want to leave a like, I'd appreciate it. If you want to comment, by all means, feel free. Yeah. And we shall see you guys next week. And remember, keep smiling. Makes everybody wonder what you're up to. See everybody.